Welcome back to another demo. I made some really good strides in this one, so I'm going to be showing off a number of things. First of all, I have crouching working, which I think I showed before, but what I didn't show before was head collisions and walking under overhangs. Also, previously I was only modeling the body as being a 1 foot radius sphere at the feet, which is plenty good enough for colliding against the walls and crates sitting on the floor. But it wasn't good for colliding with overhangs. You could have just been able to walk right through them. So what I ended up doing was, I have the head modeled as a 1 foot radius sphere and the foot rendered as a 1 foot radius sphere and a cylinder in between. And the cylinder in between them also handles collisions against chest height and waist height collisions like this. So that's all working. The body, I guess I would call it a pill model. The top is round, the bottom is round, and there's a cylinder between the two. So that's all working nicely. And again, crouching is working. And you can't jump underneath an overhang. If you can't stand and jump, if you can't successfully stand, then you won't be able to jump from a crouch. And also, if you move out from underneath, you will automatically stand up once you can get clear to stand up. I deal with two heights in the game. There's a crouching height and a standing height. There's no in between, even in VR. That made things a bit simpler for me. So here's a couple slanted surfaces, and if I just walk up, I'll collide, but if I crouch, I can go up even farther because now I'm shorter. And if I back up a little bit, I can stand back up again. So that's all working. Also, what I haven't demonstrated before was the ability to walk up a slanted surface. As long as the surface isn't more than 45 degrees, you can walk up it. You won't slip down. You can even jump. Whoops, let's move over here. You can even jump on it without getting any offset. But if you step onto a steeper surface like this one, first of all, it won't let you climb. It won't even let you jump and kip up over it. It acts like a vertical wall as a collision if you strike it. And if you walk over to it, you will slip off. Let me see if I can do this more properly. I'll crawl so that I walk a little bit slower. If you just step off just a little bit, you go sliding off. Okay, let's try that over here with this irregular one, because it turns out that this surface is not 45 degrees, but this one is. Or this one is less than 45 degrees, and this one's more than 45 degrees. So you can stand on this and get on top, and if you step to the other side, you slip off. So that's all working well. And this one is too low to crouch under, but that'll be important in VR. So now I'm going to switch over to VR, and I'll demonstrate a few more things. Give me just a moment to switch my microphone. Let's get rid of these pop-ups. Okay. So now I'm in VR, and I wanted to demonstrate a few things here. Let me get standing in the right place here. First of all, I still have the foot pad the way I did before. I also wanted to demonstrate that, I think I already demonstrated that if you step off, you will spin wherever your head is. It isn't bound to the foot pad. Second, when you're moving forward, you will move in the direction you're facing. So that part's working. You can even put your head at an irregular angle and it'll move you in that direction. If you tilt your head sideways and put it at an odd angle, the left and right kind of get weird representations, but I think it's most intuitive doing it this way. Your movement forward will be wherever you're facing, and your left to right movement will be whatever it considers lateral. So if you're pointing your head in some odd direction, the lateral might feel a bit weird. Also, let's see, if you crouch enough, you can see an indicator here. The second to the line from the bottom, you can see crouching equals no. And if I bend down enough, you get crouching equals yes, which allows you to step under this overhang. And if I stand up, I get blacked out. And I can move inside of it. It's not stopping me from moving inside because my crouching body is still underneath and is valid, so I can completely step out of the block if I want. But if there was a dead end here, I would still be blacked out and I wouldn't be able to move through the dead end, and I'd have to crouch again to see. So that part's all working. I also can't jump. I can jump here, but I can't jump here. And the reason why I wanted this very low overhang was because if I manually crouch and then bend down, it looks like I can go under here, but again, I said before that I'm dealing with either a crouching height or a standing height, nothing in between. So my crouching height is about here, and so the program's smart enough to not let me walk through that. So you can't cheat the system and do a double crouch in order to get somewhere. Let's see, what else? It also works up here, so I can collide. Whoops, let me get rid of this. So if I just walk normally, whoops, wait a minute. Am I slipping? I'm not supposed to slip. I don't know what's going on there. That's weird. I'll have to look into that. But I'm colliding here because I'm standing, and if I crouch, I can get up closer. If I stand up, it blacks me out. Also, if I'm standing at an edge and I physically walk off, nothing happens, and I can walk back without a problem and keep moving around. But if I walk off and try to move, that will make me fall. That's the way Half-Life Alyx does it. It allows the player to physically adjust, and it doesn't commit until you actually try to move. So I'm really curious what's going on here. Why am I slipping down in VR, but I don't slip down in mouse control? Very strange. But anyway, that's how the whole thing is working, and once I can figure out this slipping bug here, I'll be ready to move on to the next step, which will be I can put up an arch and a door, and I can grab the door handle and open and close the door and experiment with things like that. Maybe I'll also be able to pick up objects and throw them across the room. Not sure. So anyway, that's the progress I've made so far. I'm really happy with it. It's coming along nicely. So we'll see what the next demo holds. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.